$1,000 days every day for the past 4 days because of that work that I did. And it only took me 2 hours. And when I say $1,000 days, it's more like 1.2, 1.3, 1.4. So it
Yeah.
comes out to $300 to $500 profit every single day.
What's going on, guys? I got an exciting video for you today. I'm here with one of my clients, Joseph, who's able to scale his business up to over $10,000 per month in profit. So I'm going to be asking him some questions about how he got started, some of the obstacles that he's overcame over the past year or so, and really how he grew his business from zero up to $10,000 per month. So I guess what does an actual day-to-day look like for you right now when it comes to running your business? I know you're doing, pretty good profit numbers now. What does that look like?
Yeah, well, when it comes to running my business, I will sit down at my computer at 9 p.m., spend about 30 minutes packaging my products, and I will go to sleep. But the rest of the day before that, I just, get physically active, get sun, go to restaurants, and spend time with my friends. It really only takes me 30 to 60 minutes a day to run now.
That's cool. It wasn't always like that because I know, obviously for me as well, I have a lot of things automated, delegated. I have people that I work with that help me run my business. So I guess from the point you got started, it's going to be more work just getting things set up and putting those systems in place. So what did it look like when you first got started, and how did you kind of transition to the point where, you only have to put in 30 or so minutes a day and now you're generating the numbers that you are?
I'd say for the first 6 months, I might have been spending 2 or 3 hours, um, maybe every couple days. I didn't work every day, but I think the most I'd work in a day was like 4 hours, and I'd just be sourcing products. But um, so I wasn't working too much, but I got everything done and I grew at a reasonable rate. And then once I kind of honed those skills in and it came more naturally, everything sort of clicked, and I was just able to do it at a way more efficient rate. And then I started employing systems like getting virtual assistants and having other people find me products and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, for people watching this that are new, most of what you're gonna be doing with this business is just finding brand name products to sell, and then you're essentially acting as a middleman to their customers. So, product sourcing is what you're gonna be spending majority of your time on. When it comes to doing that, Joseph, I guess how long did it take you to learn that skill? And what does that look like?
Yeah, so I sourced a decent bit. I really only used the one reverse sourcing method, and that was pretty much what it looked like for the entire time. It's the best method. People will try to find like these fancy methods or whatever, but if you really just stick to the basics and get good at them, you'll pretty much get all the products that you need. So I'd say I got the hang of it after maybe just a few months, and I was able to reliably find products whenever I wanted.
Yeah, no, it's kind of the same for me. For the people that are watching this that are, relatively new, so basically reverse sourcing is when you're looking at your competitors and seeing what they're selling. And then obviously if they're selling products that are making them money, it's logical that we can do the same and sell the same products that will also make us money. So it's kind of just doing more of what's already working. And that's really, I'd say, the main foundational principle with this business. So what is your plan moving forward? What do you plan to do with your business over the next few months? Obviously, it sounds like you have things pretty outsourced, and it might just be a matter of, putting more money into inventory. What are your thoughts on things like that moving forward?
Yeah, I feel like I still have a lot more products to find and take advantage of, despite me already making a pretty good bit of money so far. Um, but I kind of have that mindset of there's always more out there. So even though I'm doing good right now, I know that with my skills, I can spend very little time and add maybe even $5,000 per month to my bottom line just by doing a few extra hours of work with the skills that I've learned.
Got you. And what is that like, bro? I mean, this is just, a genuine question. What are you, like 18, 19 now?
18.
Okay, what is it like making money that a lot of adults don't even, take home doing a business like this where you're working maybe an hour a day?
I mean, I'm pretty fortunate. I worked very hard for it and I'm happy. And even though I make, you know, $10,000 in a month, let's say, my hourly comes out to like $200 an hour. So
Yeah.
I have, which is like more than 10 times the amount that all my peers are making. And
Yeah.
it feels pretty good. I use the extra time just to, you know, be free and enjoy my youth because I understand it's not always going to be here. And I just stay active and stay happy and
Yeah.
just leverage that time to do even greater things.
Cool. You're mature for your age. I guess question for you that a lot of people are wondering if they're watching this. It's like, what advice would you give to somebody that's first starting out? You can give yours, then I'll give mine afterwards. But if I had a job, I was like, okay, I want to start selling on Amazon, Walmart, platforms like these, just selling name brand products. Um, what would you say to them? Just one piece of advice or two, whatever you have.
I would say that I would say to prepare for a bumpy road ahead, but on the other
Yeah.
side, there is real money and real freedom. And once you get there, it feels so great and it was worth it. And I'd do it 1,000 times over every single time. It's the only way I'd choose to live.
Yeah, I mean, I would say the same. I mean, realistically, the first couple months you're doing this, it's going to be a struggle with things like, getting ungated, which for those of you that don't know, it's just getting approval to sell these brand name products. There are a lot of obstacles, just like any business, but if you can get through those first initial 2 or 3 months, just figuring things out, putting the reps in, getting your skills up, then after that point, I'd say it's pretty much stable growth because this is a business where there's not a whole lot of obstacles. Like you don't have to, build a website. You're not running marketing or ads or anything like that. It's pretty simple what you need to do. And it's just primarily being able to identify these profitable listings. So once you learn that skill, you can do more of it yourself. You can, delegate it to other people as well, like it sounds like you did. Um, and then yeah, you just scale it from there. But I think that's all I got for you, bro. Unless you have any last words to say, but if not, we can yeah.
Yeah, I'll just tell a pretty amazing story of something that happened a couple weeks ago from this
Cool.
business. So I I was just itching to make more money, and so I knew exactly how to do it because I knew how to grow. And so I just what I decided to do, I had two options because I was gonna sleep in like an hour or two.
Yeah,
And so my one option was to go to the gym for the day. And the other option was to source products. And I chose to source products. And I'm
yeah,
seeing the results right now that I did 2 weeks ago. I sourced products for I think 2 hours, and I'm already hitting like I hit $1,000 days every day for the past 4 days because of that work that I did, and it only took me 2 hours.
that's insane. Yeah, so for some
Yeah.
context, like when you source inventory, obviously there's shipping time. So by the time you send it in, it gets checked in and starts selling. It's probably, within that time frame. So that's pretty cool. And you say $1,000 days, like what does that look like in terms of profit? Is that revenue? What is that?
In terms of profit, that my profit margins are about 30 to 35%. So that comes out to be, and when I say $1,000 days, it's more like 1.2, 1.3, 1.4. So it
Yeah,
comes out to $300 to $500 profit every single day.
that's insane.
Yeah, it
That's
feels
awesome,
pretty
bro.
good.
I mean, that's all I got for you. If you want to like show people, if you have like, I don't want to put you on the spot, but if you got like a seller board, just for people that are
Um,
saying like, oh, this guy saying all this stuff, how do we know?
yeah, so all those products that I put in, I actually didn't put in my cost of goods yet, so the profit isn't accurate, but I know it's around 30%. So I'll show this month so far, it's the 6th, and that is way too bright. I don't know if you can see that $5,500 in sales,
Let's go. Yeah.
six
And what
days,
today's July 5th or 6th,
six. So
July 4th.
you do the math on that. Even with my lowest, my 30% margin, that comes out to $1,600 in 6 days, and it's what, noon now? So I still got the rest of the day to make more money.
Let's go, bro. I'm happy for you, bro. I mean, this is a full circle moment. I remember you messaged me on Discord about a year ago, and now chopping it up. So
Yeah.
happy to have you, bro. I appreciate you hopping on.